Hey guys, are you thinking about moving to Nashville, Tennessee, and you're trying to figure out if it's a safe place to live? Well, in this video, we're going to check out the data, we're going to check out the statistics to see if Nashville, Tennessee is considered a safe place to live. Welcome back, guys, and if this is your first time to the channel, what we do is we talk about anything and everything to do with living, moving, working, eating, playing, sleeping, all Nashville, Tennessee. So if you want to learn more about Nashville, Tennessee and what it's like to live here, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and if you tap the notification bell, it'll notify you when we do a new video. And also, guys, we're getting so many people reaching out to us from all over the country that are looking to move and relocate here to Nashville, Tennessee. We love helping you find your perfect dream home, but the only way that we can do that is if you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We are more than happy to help you, answer any of your questions, give you any information that you need. We love helping you guys. So remember, call, text, email, anytime, days, nights, weekends, and we got your back when you're moving to Nashville, Tennessee. So you're thinking about moving to Nashville, Tennessee, or maybe you're already living here and you just want to know, is Nashville a safe place to live? Well, the answer may surprise you. Now, me personally, I've never had any issues with any crime in Nashville. However, Nashville is considered, based off the statistics, to be one of the more dangerous cities. Now, I don't want to go through this video and tell you everything's perfect, because we work with a lot of people that move and relocate here to Nashville, but I do want to be 100% honest with you and give you all the truthful information. So I'm going to go through the data, I'm going to go through the statistics, I'm going to tell you what that says. My experience is that I've never had anything happen to me, but if the thought of Nashville not being a super safe place to live bothers you, then toward the end of the video, we're actually going to look at some great alternatives that are actually some of the safest places in Tennessee, and they're very close to Nashville as well. At the beginning part of the video, when we look at the statistics, we're just going to be looking at inside the city of Nashville, inside Davidson County, not necessarily just inside the city, but we're going to be looking at inside of Davidson County. But that doesn't mean that all the areas around Nashville are considered not safe. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the statistics a little bit. Let's talk about the data and see what that tells us. And then let's look at some of the other cities and towns that are very close to Nashville that are considered very, very safe. Okay, so here we're on a website called neighborhoodscout.com, and we're going to be looking at this website. Now, there are other sites with slightly different data, but they all pretty much are within the ballpark and to give you the right idea of what the actual data is. But this is Nashville annual crimes right here, and we're going to look at the crime rate, because the crime rate is how many crimes per 1,000 residents annually is happening. And this is a more telling figure because obviously different cities have different population rates. So in Nashville, violent crime is 11.10 per 1,000 residents. The property crime is the higher. It's 42.48, which gives us about 54 per 1,000 residents total annual crimes. And over here you can see the crime index. So it says Nashville is considered safer than 3% of U.S. cities. And statistically, your chances of becoming a victim of a violent crime is 1 in 90 in Nashville, while Tennessee as a whole is 1 in 168. Now keep in mind, Nashville is a big city with a large population, so obviously those smaller towns are going to have a lower crime rate than a bigger city like Nashville. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I've never had any issues. Give me. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that.
Sorry I had to drop in like that. He said he was going to take the trash out and never did, so sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
She's wrong.
No, it's not.
She's the violent
one.
No, it's not. She's the violent one in Nashville. Okay, so now that we're back from being attacked by crazy people, let's talk about some areas that are close to Nashville, right on the outside of Nashville, that are actually pretty safe. And the first one we're going to talk about is actually a neighborhood inside of Nashville, Green Hills. Green Hills is considered 87% safer than Nashville, and its crime rate is actually 30% less than the national average. It's a very safe area. Next is a really beautiful town about 10 miles outside of Nashville called Brentwood, Tennessee. And Brentwood is actually considered the 4th safest place to live in Tennessee. And there's 0.73, that's right, 0.73 violent crimes per 1,000 people. So not only is it a very beautiful place to live, but it's one of the safest, and it's only 10 miles from Nashville. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, let me know down in the comments, do you think that my wife Beth is crazy or not? Just remembered I have this band-aid on my head. Let me know down in the comments. Is she crazy or is she not crazy? Next up is Nolensville. Now, Nolensville is a little further out than Brentwood, and it's considered the 11th safest place to live in Tennessee. It has 1.22 violent crimes per 1,000 people, which is 18% of the statewide average. And not only is it a very safe place to live, but it's very beautiful as well. You'll have great hills and farmland, and it's considered extremely safe when you compare Nolensville to other cities of the same size. Now, next on the list is Franklin, Tennessee. Franklin is a beautiful city, and it's the 7th largest city in Tennessee. It has about 1.86 violent crimes per 1,000 people, and compared to its size, if you were to compare it to other cities of the same size, it is quite a bit safer. Next up is Spring Hill. Spring Hill is a little further outside of Nashville, a little over 30 miles, and very safe city. There's 1.72 violent crimes per 1,000 people in Spring Hill. So your chances of becoming a victim to a violent crime is only 1 in 582. It has about 26% of the crime of the state's average. And like the other cities that we talked about, if you compare it to a city of comparable size, the crime is quite low. Next up is Hendersonville, which you're going to find about 18 miles northeast of Nashville. It's a very popular area, and you'll find some of the highest priced homes in that area as well. It's also a very safe area with 1.72 violent crimes happening per 1,000 people, which puts your chance of becoming a victim of a violent crime only 1 in 582. Next is Mount Juliet, which is about 17 miles east of Nashville, and crime here is also very low. There's about 1.76 crimes per 1,000 people in Mount Juliet, which puts your chances of becoming a victim of one of those crimes only 1 in 569. So last is Laverne. So not only is Laverne a very safe place to live, but it is also home to the largest subdivision of homes in the area. Lake Forest Estates has about 3,100 homes, so there's tons of places to live there, and the crime rate is only 2.07 crimes per 1,000 people, which puts your chance of becoming a victim of a violent crime only 1 in 483. So there you go, guys. Even though Nashville, Tennessee is not considered the safest place to live, there are plenty of beautiful and amazing areas and cities and towns close and surrounding Nashville that are amazing and safe, like Brentwood, Laverne, Mount Juliet, and Green Hills is the neighborhood inside of Nashville that is one of the safest in the country. So if this is something that's important to you and you want to make sure that you're living in an area that is one of the safest, then those are the top picks to check out. We specialize in helping people move and relocate here to Nashville, Tennessee, and we love helping you find the perfect home. And the only way that we can help you find the perfect home is if you give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We're here for you guys. The number is going to be on the screen. Like I said, days or nights, weekends, we got you when you're moving to Nashville, Tennessee.